Hello, my name's Zuma Dogg from Los Angeles, California. And we're going to be discussing Los Angeles City Council and their retaliatory move against a federal ruling by Judge Dean Pragerson regarding public comment time during the council meeting. Now, in 2012, Judge Pragerson ruled in Zuma Dogg versus Los Angeles City Council that LA Council was violating U.S. and state law in what he called censorship of the public. And Los Angeles City Council's fake rules of decorum were thrown in the trash. It's like back to the Constitution, pals. Okay, so now, for the first time in years, if ever, the members of the public were able to speak in the spirit of the United States and the Constitution, which meant LA City Council was no longer able to cut people off just because they fucking didn't like what was being said under the guise of their bullshit non-fake law. So that becomes frustrating for a corrupt elected official. So what happened? They retaliated against Judge Dean Pragerson's federal ruling by cutting public comment time in half. General public comment. It went from 2 minutes to 1 minute. Now, in the scheme of things, the difference between 1 and 2 minutes ain't that much. But when you're there to address the elected officials about what are many times complex issues relating to the city, 1 minute is not a reasonable amount of time to do such. So it basically makes the entire comment and the entire trip a waste. It must also be considered one must take the day off to attend the meeting at 10 in the morning, pay whatever transportation costs, fuel, parking, bus fare, whatever to get there, endure hours of presentations, which is non-city business but pay-per-play presentations, then the entire council meeting, of which council members go around the horseshoe to try to out-campaign each other for the cameras when they long-windedly and relentlessly repeat what the previous council member just said. In other words, lots of wasted time, which much redundant, repetitive speech is occurring, which could be cut. Then, at the end of the meeting, they claim they only have 1 minute to offer the public at the public meeting after their hours of presentations and endless jibber-jabber for the cameras, campaigning, repeating each other. And again, 1 minute is not a reasonable amount of time for your average, typical general member of the public to address an elected body in crowded chambers on complex issues. Now, council has allocated 2 minutes for agenda items. In other words, if the item is on the agenda, there are 2 types of public comment. General public comment at the end of the meeting that I'm talking about. Remember, the public may discuss anything under the city council jurisdiction. Now, you can't just go in there and talk about what you had for dinner, or that you love your girlfriend and want to marry her, or things that the city council can't do anything about, but things pertaining to the city. So for that, they allocate 1 minute, but for the agenda items, you also have public comment, not general public comment. It's just called public comment. Item number 23, Hollywood Walk of Fame star installation for Joe Schmo that I never even heard of. Okay, you have 2 minutes to talk about installing the Hollywood Walk of Fame for the latest Joe nobody's heard of. But if you want to address something of a timely fashion, maybe breaking news, something that hasn't come to the agenda yet and may never come to the agenda. Well, for that, only 1 minute. So if you want to talk about solving the homeless crisis, 1 minute. If you want to talk about all the economic impact and effect that raising the minimum wage to $15 will have on the city, pro and con, well, you only have 1 minute for that. Who can do that? Nobody, not even Warren Buffett. So it's a form of censorship, because you're not going to be able to cover the issue, and you're going to have to leave a lot of stuff out, only a broad stroke of, yeah, hi, I'm against you doing this. It's a form of censorship, and it's a retaliatory move to losing a federal ruling. So there you go. That is my basic argument for the judge that I hope to present in a follow-up to this outrageous behavior by a corrupt body of clowns. My name's Zuma Dogg. ZumaDogg.com.